Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to the Morning Metaphysical Report. Today is December 22nd, 2019. My name is Lysander Xanthus, and today I will be sharing with you today's astrology, numerology, and lots more in order to give you some inspiration and guidance for the day ahead. Today is Yule. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Today is Yule and winter solstice. Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. Uh, it changes every year. It's never the same day. Um,
Yes, it's
so I thought it was yesterday, but it wasn't.
yes. It's always either the 21st, 22nd, or 23rd. This year it fell on the 22nd, and today is the winter solstice. It marks the first day of Yule, and Yule is a 12-day long celebration which goes through New Year.
Yay. That sounds fun. I've never celebrated it before, but it is cool. And I have been observing the seasonal turns. So that is today. Awesome. So we'll talk a bit more about that as we go along, but I would like to start the day with a little energy clearing and a blessing. Hello to everyone.
Good morning, Claire. Take a deep breath. Let's let this healing get into you, okay?
I try not to go on too long. I do find it a little hypnotic, so sometimes I can bring it too long. But now, I'm going to be using this selenite to send you healing, peaceful energy. I send my blessing to you. I bless you and your day ahead. I bless you with fortitude and strength. I bless you with strength of will, strength of the body, of the mind, and the heart and spirit. I bless you that you find something remarkable in your day, some little sign or gift, inspiring you to go forth and make life what it ought to be for yourself. I bless your day that it is full of something magical, good experiences, and good company. Everyone is helpful today. All will flow with ease today. Your path is clear. Be blessed. Alright, so I am going to talk about the astrology in just a moment. I am looking at the comments. Yes, we are sending you good vibes, Claire. That's good to have you here. Alright. Astrology for today. So, the sun, it's a bit hard to tell on this chart, but with my knowledge of astrology, the sun is in Capricorn today. It is exiting Sagittarius. So, what is now being illuminated and emphasized during this time are qualities of independence, resourcefulness, responsibility, being organized, self-sufficiency, even ambition, as well as discipline, masculine energy, and so on. So something very structured. We just spent some time expanding our view and making discoveries about ourselves, good or bad, positive or negative, exploring our feelings. So with all that greater perspective, now is a time to put it all together and decide how we would like to utilize that information. Capricorn is all about using, making use of things, utilizing, getting things together. And this is an excellent sign for the end of the year and for the beginning of the year as well. So, yes, just trying to articulate the jumble of thoughts in my head.
We slept past our alarm this morning, guys. Don't mind.
I like this chart too, Claire. It may be really small, but there is a credit on screen. This is from planetstoday.com. If you'd like to see this for yourself. So, no, I'm not the genius who drew this chart, but I do read it. Right. So those are the qualities being emphasized in this time and kind of the theme of this period of the year. Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto are also in Capricorn. It looks like Venus has just left Capricorn and entered Aquarius. We'll return to that in a moment. But these other three are in the same house as the Sun, so the qualities of Capricorn are really being emphasized. These three together, to me, what they speak about is areas of our life that are up for transformation, and it's really meant to be a beneficial influence and opportunity, although it could seem scary. We can be kind of scared of Saturn and Capricorn. But we don't need to be. They're just here to say that if we're feeling stuck or unhappy or trapped in any situation or relationship, especially in our home life or with the structures we've created in our lives, our opportunities or self-development, the key to liberation and moving forward is to understand and accept how our choices have led us to our current position. Because when you understand that, then that opens the door to understanding how to get yourself out and to create positive changes and to become the leader of your own life. Especially with the Sun and Jupiter in the same sign, this is really meant to be a beneficial influence. We may not all experience it that way, but you can choose to find the lesson and look at yourself honestly. Capricorn has a very honest eye. I'm excited about it because I'm very fond of the sign. I am not a Capricorn, but it is in prominent places in my chart, so yay. Again, just trying to organize my thoughts. So what this means for you is that now is a good time to, during this next month and a half, to sit down and look where you can take control. Next, Venus was in Capricorn but is now in Aquarius. So in our relationships, and especially romance, we are now kind of moving into an influence of being comfortable in our independence and getting comfortable with being with ourselves, and perhaps going outside of what we've looked for before and having some unusual coming into unusual ideas or doing things a bit differently than maybe we've done before, what other people are doing around us in terms of our romances or what we're looking for. Mars is in Scorpio, so he is giving us some extra initiative and motivation for all the other planets we've covered. He connects us very directly to our emotions right now, how it is we really feel about everything, and making our feelings very difficult to continue ignoring. So that little push can help us become leaders in our lives and to insist upon what it is we want, and if it is outside of the box or norm with Venus and Aquarius. Mercury is in Sagittarius, also opening our minds, expanding our minds, and there's a focus on the way we think, how we communicate with others, and how we express ourselves, and making discoveries and going beyond the way we have done this before and reconsidering things. Neptune is in Pisces, so within us there is a deeper knowing rising to consciousness, and it's up to us how or if we'd like to use that information. Uranus is in Taurus in retrograde, so now is a time of reassessing any stagnancy we're experiencing, any comfort zones we may be living in, and asking ourselves if we would like to continue to stay there if it works for us, or if it doesn't and we'd like to move on to something else. The moon is waning in Scorpio, so our attention is kind of turning inward into ourselves, and we can be feeling a bit intense right now. Our dreams may be a bit intense and emotional. We may be having some of our deeper feelings stimulated, or I want to say instigated. I'm not sure if that's the right word though. Things around us might stimulate our deeper feelings right now. So we may be feeling more moody, or on a positive note, feeling more passionate. That concludes the astrology for today. Just a reminder, this is not a reading video, it's the Morning Metaphysical Report.
Take insight from the astrology.
Alright, so now I'd like to talk about today's numerology. Today is a 4-day. 4 is a number I associate to structure, the foundations of things, a number that likes to be secure and organized. And indeed, today is the 22nd, so today is a good time to focus on goals that you have already started making, building upon what you've begun, and continuing that progress forward. It is a good day to get organized. If anything is like your desk is cluttered, or maybe your mind is cluttered, especially about a project or any situation at hand, now would be a good day to make lists to help you get through it, or write down your priorities and go through them accordingly. Cleaning house. Today is definitely a day to address all the boring functional things in your life. If you've been neglecting your house or the laundry or yourself, now is a good time to focus on all the the minutia of your life, and to put it all in line so you can start in a strong place, and it can help you continue to advance forward. Just taking a day to focus on all those odds and ends that tend to fall by the wayside when you're trying to just either go through life or accomplishing your larger goals. So now is the day for all the little stuff. So most likely staying at home, or even focusing at the minutia at work, or the minutiae of your relationships, all areas of your life. See what has been neglected and address those things. That's the kind of 4-day this is. Would you agree?
I would agree. I think I personally would benefit from doing that.
Hmm. That's what I was feeling from the energy of today. Today's a day to attend to the little things that get dropped the rest of the time. All right, so
I feel like everybody's a little bit off today. So I want us to take a minute and shake it off and do some incense healing.
this is sandalwood and amber. I'm going to wrap this smoke around your aura.
As
Breathe
Lysander's
it in.
doing that, take a minute. Take a deep, deep breath. Close your eyes, fill your lungs fill as much as you can, then let it all out. Kind of force that sigh of relief for a moment. Just allow your breathing to come back to normal. Start at your fingertips and shake your hands a little, shake your arms. And just move that shaking all the way through your body until you're shaking all over. And just shake it off. Whatever thunk, whatever it is that you woke up with today, shake that off. Don't carry it with you any longer. When you've shaken it all the way through your body and let it go, take one more deep breath and open yourself to all the good that can come from today.
Can you put it around a little bit? That's good stuff.
There's also like the Buddhist incense that also
Look at this thing. It is big.
Be careful, it's really big.
I singed my own hand.
Oh no.
Be careful. I heard it, but it was fine. It's just one. Oh gosh, yes. Someone. Indeed, this is a day to kind of tie up everything and put ourselves on a good place to step forward. Aeson says, I got myself a car more than a year ago and I'm planning to start driving today. That's probably good. Alright. Oh, could I get a little more water in this? Sorry, I like
No,
usually
you're okay. I've got something in my eye.
fill it all the way to the top.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I make the tea wrong.
Next is the crystal healing of the day. That was good. I actually need to select a crystal, but I didn't take the time to do it before the video started. I forgot to pick the crystal again. Thank you. I can do it. I didn't say you had to do it. I was just saying I forgot. Sorry about the pause. Just take a moment to sit in the energy we've received so far.
Quartz with rose quartz and smoky quartz infusion.
Thank you. Alright, so today's crystal is quartz. this quartz has rose quartz and smoky inclusions, as you probably heard. So I'm going to take a moment to tell you about this crystal. Just looking up the three of them. So, quartz is the most powerful healing stone of the mineral kingdom, able to work on any condition. Clear quartz is known as the stone of power and amplifies any energy or intention. Clear quartz protects against negativity, attunes to your higher self, and relieves pain. Now, so that is quartz, and that applies to all forms of quartz as well, such as rose quartz, smoky quartz, citrine, and amethyst, which are also quartz. More specifically, rose quartz fosters empathy, reconciliation, and forgiveness of others. It lowers stress and tension in the heart. It clears out anger, jealousy, and resentment. Allows heart healing. Smoky quartz specifically gently neutralizes negative vibrations and is detoxifying on all levels. It disperses fear, lifts depression and negativity. It brings emotional calmness, relieving stress and anxiety. It's a good day to clean up. So, yes, I'm going to use a little selenite to just kind of send one little bit of peace and healing, and then move on to the quartz. So you will experience the energy of this crystal for yourself. If you'd like to participate in this healing, all you need to do is sit, breathe, relax, and allow yourself to connect with me and receive the energy from this crystal. Remember to breathe and allow yourself to release. This concludes the crystal healing with quartz, rose quartz, and smoked quartz. I'd like you to take a moment to sit in the energy you received. We will be moving on to the affirmation of our day next. Katniss. Oh, my cat's just crying in the background. All right. I would like to say this affirmation to you the first few times in a first person and second person. I'd really like you to concentrate on the words rather than worrying about saying them. Then we will say them together a few times. Say hello to everyone. I accept life, and I take it in easily. All good is mine now. I accept life, and I take it in easily. All good is mine now. You accept life, and you take it in easily. All good is yours now. You accept life, and you take it in easily. All good is yours now. Now let's say it together a few times. No. I accept life, and I take it in easily. All good is mine now. I accept life, and I take it in easily. All good is mine now. I accept life, and I take it in easily. All good is mine now. Sit with those words.
Stop trying to coerce the baby.
I invite you to take this affirmation forward with you in your day. It comes from Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. This is one of the many spine affirmations. The spine relates in various ways to how supported we feel in life or don't. So I thought that it would be good to share with all of us, since I know that all of us struggle with the idea of feeling supported in one way or another. That concludes today's affirmation. Oh, there's my girl. Well, one of them. Can I have you? So sweet. Hi. You feel sleepy too.
Everybody's still sleeping in our house.
This is Urush Kagal. She says, good morning.
She says, I reluctantly say good morning.
Oh. She's in my lap. You can't see her too much, just her ears.
It's gonna say who?
Tilted down
It's just
slightly.
the little box.
you've had a request for more cats.
And the other one's sitting in the window, which is like 2 feet away from me.
Everyone taking the cat healing.
Yes, she is my sweet little healer. She's very loving and affectionate.
No, camera's not going to turn it up. You can see
The other one,
the
that's
other
okay.
baby.
Alright, next is our card reading of the day. So I'm going to be doing a card reading for you all that will give you guidance and insights into your day ahead. You may find that some of the reading applies to you, or all of it does. Either is fine. Alright. So now I'm going to select which deck I'd like to use today. Sorry, I did not mean to cover the camera. Alright, which one today? I'm not feeling Kuan Yin today. It's one of these two. Psychic, which is the one we read most of the time. So today's reading comes from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. It's one card. This one used to have Kuan Yin, but gave it away. It is a very particular deck. Anything else? Cards. Not usually so greedy. I think it wants this one thought to be said alone, and then it'll have more to add. So we're going to begin with one card. So the first card is Recognition and Reward. A reward for a job well done is what this card represents. It's a time of recognition for a completed project, hard work, skill, expertise, and craftsmanship. These abilities are now being honored, but don't forget to also pay homage to yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. This card also comes forth to represent a family or a group of people. Family or a group of people coming together, all of whom are aiming and striving toward a common goal. Accept the help that's being offered. More possibilities are in the works, so be sure to lay a solid foundation from your past achievements, and this will help you be ready for the next opportunity. In addition, this card is a reminder to take care of your physical body. After all, it's what carries your soul around in this material world. I think that goes well with the numerology for today. So not only to focus on the minutiae, but to celebrate your accomplishments thus far. So really setting yourself up to step forward in a good way. Okay, hun. Man, Earl Grey tastes really peculiar with coconut milk.
I'm sorry.
Guess next time you'll have to use the freezer.
Yeah. Whew. I don't think I recommend, but I'm gonna drink it in. So, I think that wanted to be set on its own. So I'm actually putting the card back and shuffling to see if they have anything else they'd like to share today. All right, we did get 2 more cards, and this is a new thought, a separate thought from the first card. They also came out face down, so when cards flip out face down, at least for me, that says that this is something that's under the table or hidden or not obvious. So it's pointing out something that ought to be known that is not obvious. First card is patience. This card signifies the need for patience, self-control, adjustment, moderation, and balance when dealing with others, as well as yourself. This could be in the areas of how you think and work, and how you handle school, recreation, the people in your life, or the spiritual path that's set before you. As a soul, you have more than one aspect of yourself to draw on for support. It's all about integration in learning to blend and balance both the physical and the spiritual. You're an ethereal being and physical body enjoying a human experience. Therefore, since you're both, you should honor all of you. If you go through life denying yourself the joy of combining these aspects, you're missing out on so much of what the world has to offer. Why accept a life that's half-lived? The Patience card reminds you to open your heart and mind and allow yourself to listen to other people's ideas, thoughts, and perspectives. Blissful harmony can be achieved when everyone learns to work as one, all benefit. Listening, sharing, and reaching out will help you renew your faith in yourself and humankind. You'll become more aware of the miracles around you as well as the ones that you have a hand in creating. What comes to me about this card is patience with oneself and in your forward movement. We are both physical and spiritual, so we may think that to be spiritual. The physical isn't as important, or we neglect it. Today's a day to be sure that you are addressing and honoring both parts of yourself. For most of us, somehow I'm feeling that that means attending more to the physical. The card that is with it is Stand Your Ground. This card comes at a time when you're being tested and challenged. There may be fierce competition and potential rivals surrounding you in your personal or business life, but know that you have the strength and inner courage to stand your ground, no matter how hard or formidable things may appear. Don't surrender or give up the control you have. Be brave and stay true to your core life values and belief system, which are your best allies and will help you move forward. It's important to remain clear and focused, for you may have to stand alone and defend your convictions to the end. Maintain your health and stay strong so that you have an ample supply of energy to endure anything, as this could be a long and arduous, yet ultimately hard-won victory. They both mention attending to the body. So together, I feel it pertains to that sometimes it is quite straightforward, patience, of course, and being patient with yourself and attending to all aspects of who you are. And the next one is stand your ground, to be firm and to not compromise. Also to tend to your physical nature so that you have the strength to stand your ground and to be firm in yourself. So more minutia of our lives to attend to. Sometimes we have a way of neglecting ourselves, especially the body, and what we need, rest and even mental peace. So again, all this is to help us be able to put our best foot forward. And it seems the cards are saying that you should do this because you are going to need to stand your ground soon. So get everything wrapped up and in place today so that you can do so to the best of your ability. And remember, this is pointing out something that's not obvious or easily seen, as they came out face down. I feel as though that might be all they have to say today. So that concludes today's reading. This video will be available for replay for anyone who would like to go back and watch the reading or any other part of the video again. So now is time for our food for thought for the day. We will be reading from The Power is Within You by Louise Hay. And I have been reading through the chapter, Letting Your Feelings Out. Yet another way to attend to the things that kind of get left by the wayside and clear out. I'm glad the messages are resonating with people today. So I'm going to go ahead and read a few sections and give my thoughts along the way and at the end. All right. Suppressed feelings lead to depression. Depression is anger turned inward. It is also anger that you feel you do not have a right to have. For instance, you may not feel it's okay to be angry at your parent or spouse or employer or best friend, yet you are angry and you feel stuck. That anger becomes depression. Far too many people today suffer from depression, even chronic depression. By the time we feel that depressed, it is very difficult to get out of it. It feels so hopeless that it becomes an effort to do anything. I don't care how spiritual you are, you've got to wash your dishes every now and then. What have I been saying all this video? That is definitely the heart of the message today. I don't care how spiritual you are, you have to wash your dishes every now and then. You can't let the sink pile up with dirty dishes and say, "Oh, I'm metaphysical." The same with your feelings. If you want to have a mind that flows freely, then clean up your inner mental dirty dishes. One of the best ways is to give yourself permission to express some of your anger so that you don't have to stay so depressed. There are now therapists that specialize in anger releasing. Having a session or two with one of them could be most helpful. But it's my personal opinion that we all need to beat the bed once a week, whether we feel we're angry or not. There are some therapies that encourage you to get into your anger. However, I think they often keep you immersed in the anger process too long. Anger, like any emotion that surfaces, lasts only a few minutes. Babies move in and out of their emotions very quickly. It is our reaction to the emotion that causes us to hold and repress it. Author Elizabeth Kubler-Ross uses a wonderful exercise in her seminars she calls externalization. She has you take a piece of rubber hose and some old phone books and you beat them over and over again, letting all sorts of emotions emerge. When you are releasing anger, it's okay to be embarrassed about it, especially if it was against your family rules to get angry. It will be embarrassing the first time you do it, but when you get into it, it can be such fun and very powerful. The higher powers are not going to hate you for being angry. Once you've released some of this old anger, you will be able to see your situation in a new light and find new solutions. I feel as though, this is my own thought, do what works for you. Everyone is different. Physically expressing the anger, I feel, will be helpful for most of us, but for a few of us, physically acting it out can sometimes, what's the word? I have the idea in my head. It's like it encourages lashing out rather than handling the feeling. But you need to reflect on yourself to know what kind of person you are. That's just a side note. Alright. Another one of the suggestions I would make for a person who is depressed is to work with a good nutritionist and really get your diet cleaned up. It's amazing how that can help the mind. People who are depressed often eat very poorly, which adds to feeling poor. We all want to make the best choices so that the food we are taking in is good for our body. Also, many times we find there is a chemical imbalance in the body that is further aggravated by the intake of medication of some sort. To find that out, you'd have to see a doctor and get a what's it called, a vitamin panel.
Yeah.
They do that. They can test your blood and see if you're naturally deficient in certain minerals and vitamins and give you supplements or encourage you to eat more of some foods. So I would suggest that, just in case. There's really no way to know otherwise other than feeling tired and terrible all the time. Alright. Rebirthing is another wonderful process for releasing your feelings because it goes beyond the intellect. If you have never had a rebirthing session, I recommend that you try it. It has been very helpful for many people. It's a breathing modality that helps you connect with old issues so that you can release them in a positive way. Some rebirthers have you repeat your affirmations as soon as you are going through the process. Then there is body work, such as Rolfing, a process of deep connective tissue manipulation developed by Ida Rolf. Or Heller work, or Traeger work. They are all excellent ways to release restrictive patterns in the body. Different processes work differently for each person. One process may be good for one, yet not for another. We can only find what is best for ourselves by trying different avenues. Self-help sections in bookstores are excellent places to read about different alternatives. Health food stores often have bulletin boards that list meetings and classes. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I'd also like to add that when the teacher appears, you should seize them. Well, that was incredibly relevant. Looking ahead. think I'm actually going to stop here, even though I usually read more than this. I feel quite torn. Claire says, I have problems absorbing vitamin D. Symptoms are really bad. Yeah. You know, I know someone with that deficiency also, and it is terrible. So taking those vitamins are very important, especially when you have a deficiency. Oftentimes you can't actually eat enough to compensate for them, or something like vitamin D, you don't eat it. So you have to have supplements, so I think it's an important thing to explore. Yeah.
800. Oh. Yeah, but I have to take 2,000. 2,000.
Yes, so the person in question is my fiance, and she has to take 2,000 IU a day to compensate. So her symptoms, the sun hurts her. Thank you. You reminded her to take her vitamins today. The next section is about fear. I'm not usually this torn about going forward or not. Sunny says, energy is so good here, we just don't want it to end. Just me? No? Not just you. Speaking of not wanting to end, I do have some announcements discussing that at the end. So stay tuned for that. Well, okay. So I will read the next section. But let's not forget the important information we've taken in so far. Fear is not having trust. Fear is rampant on the planet. You can see and hear about it in the news every day in the form of wars, murders, greed, and more. Fear is a lack of trust in ourselves. Because of that, we don't trust life. We don't trust that we are being taken care of on a higher level, so we feel we must control everything from the physical level. Obviously, we are going to feel fear because we can't control everything in our lives. Trust is what we learn when we want to overcome our fears. It's called taking the leap of faith. Trust in the power within that is connected to universal intelligence. Trust in that which is invisible instead of trusting only in the physical material world. I'm not saying that we do nothing, yet if we have trust, we can go through life much easier. If you recall what I said earlier, I believe that everything I need to know is revealed to me. I trust that I am being taken care of, and even though I'm not physically in control of everything that is happening around me. When a fearful thought comes up, it really is trying to protect you. I suggest that you say to the fear, I know you want to protect me. I appreciate that you want to help me, and I thank you. Acknowledge the fearful thought. It's there to take care of you. When you become physically frightened, your adrenaline pumps through your body to protect you from danger. It's the same with the fear you manufacture in your mind. Observe your fears and recognize that you are not them. Think of fear the way you view images on a movie screen. What you see on the screen is not really there. The moving pictures are just frames of celluloid, and they change and disappear very rapidly. Our fears will come and go as rapidly as those pictures unless we insist on holding on to them. I'm going to read the next paragraph as well. Fear is a limitation of our minds. People have so much fear about getting sick or becoming homeless or whatever it is. Anger is a fear that becomes a defense mechanism. It protects you, and yet it would be much more powerful for you to do affirmations, so you can stop recreating fearful situations in your minds and love yourself through the fear. Again, nothing comes from outside of us. We are at the center of everything that happens in our lives. Everything is inside. Every experience, every relationship is the mirror of a mental pattern that we have inside us. Fear is the opposite of love. The more we are willing to love and trust who we are, the more we attract these qualities to ourselves. When we are on a streak of really being frightened or upset or worried or not liking ourselves, isn't it amazing how everything goes wrong in our lives? One thing after another, it seems it will never stop. Well, it is the same when we really love ourselves. Everything starts to go on a winning streak and we get the green lights and the parking places. All the things that make life so wonderful, the big and the little. We get up in the morning and the day flows beautifully. Love yourself so that you can take care of yourself. Do everything you can to strengthen your heart, your body, and your mind. Turn to the power within you. Find a good spiritual connection and really work on maintaining it. If you are feeling threatened or fearful, consciously breathe. We often hold our breath when we are frightened, so take a few deep breaths. Breathing opens the space inside you that is your power. It straightens your spine. It opens your chest and gives your heart room to expand. By breathing, you begin to drop the barriers and open up. You expand rather than contract. Your love flows. Say, I am one with the power that created me. I am safe. All is well in my world. All right. So I'm going to continue reading this tomorrow. So if you'd like to continue hearing more from this, continue joining the Metaphysical Report each morning. And we will continue reading the chapter, Letting Your Feelings Out. Tomorrow, it seems like the sections ahead are discussing addictions. All right. I feel like that was very appropriate for the day. I don't know that I actually have something to add to it today. Just to know that there's the way that you process and release your feelings is unique to you. So don't feel like there's a wrong way, as long as it doesn't keep you stuck and mired in that feeling and perpetuate it. It's you just want it to be something that actually helps and relieves the feeling at the end. All right. So I will be drawing the metaphysical report to a close soon, but I have a few announcements. So first,
I need to change your announcements.
do you need to change them?
No, I was going to say you can read it today.
All right, so first I would like to bring up Patreon. Patreon is, if you visit the link patreon.com/freedomdreamcoaching, that link is in the description of this video. You will find out a lot more information about myself, my partner, and what is behind the morning report. It is a website, a platform that allows people who create content of all kinds to share exclusive content and connect with people who want to support their content. So this is a way that you can support us. If you go there, you'll not only learn about us, but the goals we are working towards and how you can support that. And how you can support that is through monthly pledges. So it's like a monthly subscription and a membership. For each membership level, you receive different perks and rewards. To find out what those perks are, I suggest you visit the site because all that information is there. The lowest membership level is $1 a month, and trust me, every bit helps, so don't feel silly about $1 a month. Of course, there are higher levels with higher contribution levels per month, and the rewards you receive grow accordingly. Yeah, so that is there, and it is a big help. We would really love if you join us there. Let's see. Oh, we don't have a live stream, so just if you enjoyed this morning metaphysical report, I suggest you like and follow me on Facebook. That link is on screen as well as in the description of the video. That is also the best way to get a hold of me, through my Facebook page or Patreon. My inbox is always open if you have questions or want to contact me for some reason. If you go to my Facebook page and like and follow it, you will not only see the morning report every morning, but you will see all of my other content as well, such as reading videos, crystal healings, moon rituals, and more. A lot more. So I encourage you to check that out. Back to Patreon for a moment, and talking about the Morning Metaphysical Report, and not wanting it to end, we do have a poll on Patreon right now. You don't have to join membership or pay anything to do the poll. We would just like your feedback. I think you do have to have a Patreon account, but it's free. Yeah, so my partner is going to be commenting the link in just a moment. Sorry, my mind is going a little slow. So this poll will ask you if there is any segments you would like to have added to the morning report, or segments you would like taken away. So it'll ask you some different things about that, and of course you can leave comments as well for more detailed feedback. So we'd really love it if you would take that poll. You will find this information on Patreon as well, but we intend on expanding and growing the morning report. Right now it's just little old me, but I'm going to have collaborators join me in this for additional sections as well one day, including the Kitchen Witch with magical cooking segments and tips of that nature. And I will also be having someone who is in tune with dragon spirituality join us for a fitness and physical wellness segment, and I'm sure there will be even more in the future, so you can read all about that. So as our support and monthly pledges grow, we will be able to offer more and more in the way of content, free and exclusive to patrons. So thank you for anyone who does that. And yes, thank you everyone for watching, and for those of you who are with us on Patreon and who follow my page. Your support makes this happen. Your support allows me to have the time and energy in my life to create all this content for you, and I love doing it. So yes, I'm just trying to think if I've forgotten anything, or if I'd like to add anything. Yes. So a Facebook page called Freedom Dream Coaching is my own mentor's page, the person who taught me everything. She's decided that she is going to be accepting students again. That the page link is in the comments. So she is offering spiritual coaching and lifestyle building, creating a foundation for your spiritual path and guiding you along the way.
Yep. It's not just me, it's coaching and healing sessions with Lysander, and spiritual wellness sessions with our Dragon Master, all these things are being offered through this page.
So if that interests you, I encourage you to check it out, like and follow it so you can see how it develops if that interests you. Yes, so she is available for hands-on guidance and to teach you the way, like she taught me the way so many years ago. What else? I am releasing the third part of my webinar today, my first webinar. The first part is currently public and free to watch, and you can find that on Patreon. However, the second and third parts are for patrons only, time tier and up. And the webinar is Manifest Your Best Life. I don't think I said the title yet. And each part can be utilized independently, so you will still get lots of benefit from part 1. Alright. I think that's it. So, thank you everyone for watching. Oh, one last thing is totally optional. This is totally informative, just informative, me bringing it up. If you would like to make a one-time contribution towards our content, there is a PayPal link in the description of the video. Thank you all for watching and joining me today. I hope I will see you all again later today and tomorrow morning. Happy Yule and happy winter solstice and happy holidays, whatever winter holiday you are celebrating. And be blessed.